Today I'm building a new Instagram account completely from scratch and you can follow along. We're going to do everything. Create the account, write the bio, pick the photo and switch it to professional mode. And my goal is simple, helping people trade their 9 to 5 for a lifestyle business. So if you're ready to set up your Instagram account, just grab your phone and follow along. By the end of this video, you'll have a professional looking Instagram account ready to show your brand. Let's dive in. Okay, so first and first, we're just going to go to create new account. And this option will then take us to our username. Now username, you want to create something that is going to be resonating with your business. You can use your name. For instance, I'm just going to use Matt Coach because I've got the name and I've also got a keyword there. It's not the best. If you get a green tick, fantastic, you are good to go. Now you have a couple of options here. I personally go for the one that connects with your account, so just go yes, continue. Otherwise, if you don't want to use your mobile device and stuff, you can click the second one. What's going to happen now is encourage you to create a password. We'll go ahead one in, pop in your date of birth. I know I'm that old. And then agree to your terms and conditions. Very simple, very straightforward. That's kind of the boring stuff done. Now we get to the cool bit, adding a profile picture. It's a good thing to bear in mind is when you do select your profile picture is the most important thing, or at least one of the most important things, because it's the first thing that people are going to see and connect with. So ideally a profile shot could be chest up, super clear. Use portrait mode on your phone. Most iPhones have fantastic, in fact most cameras these days, most phones in general have fantastic pictures. Good quality photo, smiling, not looking miserable. Happy days, you're good. And so on the back of that, if you want to remove the background, simply go into Google, type in background remover and 3, and then go for the top one, which is remove BG. There are others as well, but some you need to pay for. Just go ahead and click the link. And what it's going to ask you to do is to simply upload one of your images. So it's good if you already have a pre-saved image, just go to upload. And I'm just going to click some random image in my folder. So let's have a look, shall we? So I'm going to go ahead and click this one. This is me in Dubai. And that is the photo. Boom. Its background has been removed. Now all I can do is go to background and I can type in color, go ahead and choose the background I wish, and then happy days. Obviously you would then crop it when you upload it on Instagram, but it's just a way to give you a little bit of a branded feel when it comes to your Instagram profile. Nice and easy, front facing shot. So once we've selected it, we just go ahead and click done. Nice and easy, nothing too difficult. The next step is just going to allow you to access contacts and things onto Facebook. If you want to do that and bring friends and family, at least notify them that you're on Instagram, go ahead. But for now, we'll just hit skip and happy days. We're now onto the profile board. Obviously right now, all you can see is maybe some feed on Instagram, and that's completely okay. This is the starting point of your journey. So what we're going to do next is click on our profile image, and as you can see, you'll see a dashboard with nothing on it. No posts, no followers, no following. That's not a problem. That is just a starting point, and hey, we'll start somewhere. So all we're going to do here is click on edit profile. Now, the cool thing is we want to add a bio. All right, so a bio section is the first thing that people are going to generally read. That tells people what you're about, what you offer, and how you help them, which is key when building a lifestyle business. So let me go ahead and just pop one in. Just gonna think of something random, maybe coaching mentors or something with leads. Just pop that in. Cool. It's worth bearing in mind whenever you do your bio section that you are solving a big problem, you're making it really obvious of what you do, and you have a clear target market, and in happy days, everything comes easy. And do end with a call to action. That could be, let's say, DM the word ready, or it could be a link to a website, for instance, something like that. Cool, we'll just go ahead and submit. And that is our bio done. Now there's some awesome ways to create a bio. I'm going to include some templates for you below that you can go ahead and swipe, but I'm also going to show you how to use AI as well to come up with a few different bio ideas. Okay, so now we're going to start creating the bio. Now the bio is crucial. It's a summary, like a snapshot of what it is that you do, what you provide, and it's a clear indicator that when people land on your page, they know exactly how you're going to help them and what it is that you do. So you just need a clear description of who you are and what it is that you offer. So a clear I help target market to outcome without
pain point, for instance. So be like, I help middle-aged women lose their first 50 pounds in the next 90 days without giving up, carbs. That is awful, but it gives you an example of how to do it. Your niche or interest. Because this is more of a lifestyle business, you want to be focusing on your niche, not the interest. Okay, so what is your niche? Call them out, make it clear who your target market are. A call to action. So this would be great at the end of the bio. So you can either have, DMing the word ready for more info. It could be click the link below to lose your first £5. It could be inquire now. Here's the link. Adding the call to action gives them a quick first step if they're super warm and they're ready to take action. Contact info, you can add a Linktree account if you wanted to this, and that just takes you to an external pages for ways to contact you and see what more stuff you provide, but that's just an additional layer. You don't always need that. And emojis adds a bit more personality. So if you're somebody who uses emojis, great, and that kind of perks up your personality. But if you're not, there's still a great way to kind of break up bullet points, but probably go less to town on the emojis. In terms of character limit, you only got 150 characters for the main bio and 20 characters for your profile name. So 150 characters isn't a lot, but I'm going to show you using ChatGPT how you can come up with a few different variations and bios yourself. But let's just dive in. Okay, so let's play around. So let's say your target market are footballers, right? Your type of footballers are my market. You watch me spell all for now. I want to create a bio on Instagram. What's your problem that you solve? It could be something like, I help them kick 50 yards further and stronger on the pitch. You can tell I'm not that amazing at football. Please give me 4 ideas. All right, then I'll give you 4 ideas when it comes to the football niche. Here are 4 Instagram bio tailored to footballers. Helping footballers add 50 yards to every strike. That's a clear promise. So it's a good outcome there. It's nice and clear. And obviously market is footballers. Power technique are 3 kind of benefits. And then DM another quick call to action. Now these are a bit surface level. What we can do is we can go, great. I like him. But can we be more specific? Be more specific and less vague. Now, obviously, the more input you put in here, obviously the more info you put in here, the more obviously the more info you put in, the better the outputs will be. So just bear that in mind. Yeah, and if there's any that you like, all you do, just copy and paste this section, go into here, paste, and then just ask for formal variations. And then happy days will give you formal outputs. And then you do your due diligence, have a play around and see what other alternatives you can come up with. Otherwise, it's a good, easy start just to get going.
And if, like I said before, if you want to play around with them, jump into the description below and go ahead and grab some templates and just have fun and see what you can create. All right, let's have a look. Okay, now you have the bio section, which is great. I'm going to go back to edit profile, and all we're going to do now is just enter our gender. So very simple, click on gender and then go ahead and click whether male, female, custom, prefer not to say, etc. And happy days, click select. You're then going to click professional account. Now this is key because this is where you get some awesome insights and free tools such as access insights, see what content is getting the most attention and the best times to post. So if you wanted to do a deep dive in analytics and that kind of stuff, you can, which is great further down the line. And for reach, you get to run ads. Now running ads is great. You can put money behind a certain post and you can get further engagement as well. But I'd ideally suggest with organic first and then build up to ads further down the line. And of course you can get paid as well for your subscriptions and stuff like that. But for now, we just want to concern ourselves with just getting a professional dashboard. So now you get to choose what best describes you. You've got artist, musician, blogger, clothing. I think for now we'll just click digital creator. Then choose creator. Business is also a good option as well, but for now just choose creator. You get loads of different options here and click OK. And there we are, happy days. So there we are. So far you should have an awesome profile image You should have a bio section, you should have your gender on there, you should also have a creator profile and professional option, and a keyword next to your name. The next thing is super key, and many people and that's creating 3 pin posts that tell you all about your story and your offer. Let me show you. So these are 3 pin posts, and these pin posts are absolutely crucial when it comes to any Instagram account, because it's going to highlight what it is that you do, who you help, results you get, and also what it is that you offer, which is a fantastic thing for positioning and credibility. And even if you don't have any results just yet, that is not a problem. I'm going to show you what you can do instead to still position yourself as the go-to person in your niche. Now, the story post, this is a really good one. So everyone can relate to a story in some way, shape or form. In fact, stories have been around for millions of years, and there's something about them that gets people engaged. We're a bit nosy. We like to know that people are going through the similar situations as us, or maybe had the same problems as us, but we also want to know when we're buying into someone what their turning point was and how they overcame the struggles. So for instance, I've just done one here, made up a niche. 6 months ago, I was sitting in a co-working space, refreshing inboxes, time to refresh that hour. Another morning, another 0 new inquiries. I'd also posted a webinar, tweaked my funnel these times, and spent $150 on ads. Okay, so we're talking about mistakes here. And then we move into, I stopped posting tips, started talking to my dream clients, which is a big benefit. And then towards the end, now I teach other coaches how to do exactly that. So we're transitioning from a story where we started with a bit of a struggle, and then we're just transitioning into how you then help your target market. It's a very good one to do. And you can do this on a feed post, which is just a standard image. Or if you want to get really creative, you can use a carousel, but that's for another video, where you can have a montage of different photos essentially about your journey into what it is that you do to what you do now. Next one is offer, post and solving the bottleneck. So a bottleneck is very simply the weak link in the avatar's journey. So your target market has a problem, they need a solution to that problem. So you're just going to highlight the problem and then present your solution and then present your offer as the core solution. So to give you an example, every coach wants more leads, but what most coaches need is simplify system and act right one reliably. That's why my 30 leads in 30 days blueprint. So there's the clear offer and the big benefit, 30 leads in 30 days. This is the struggle, and every coach wants more leads, and that's like a thing that they want, that's a desire. This is an objection, so no ads, no cold DMs and spam, so things that they don't want to do. And then we just talk about the offer. It's very simple as that. So whatever it is that you're offering, you just talk about the key benefits to that. Again, that's another video, but you really want to get them excited. Answer the so what test. What's the benefit of one of the things that you're delivering? WhatsApp support. So what? So you can have access to me 24/7 and be in full confidence knowing that your questions will be answered when I'm available. That kind of thing. Proof positioning post and your own story. So similar to the first one, if you don't have the results, you're going to use your story as a transitioning point to build credibility, trust and authority in your niche. So let's say you were struggling with a big problem many years ago and you overcame that problem. That there is a fantastic product or offer that you could then sell and help other people in doing so, because you've lived it, you've experienced it. So that is a fantastic story you can then tell. So this one could be like, I don't pretend to have 100 clients or a Lambo. What I do have is a map. 2 years ago, I was the coach scoring on LinkedIn at 11 p.m. So we're identifying as a coach who was lost, who was struggling at 11 p.m. And then I treated my coaching like a business, not a wish. I built a simple system. And again, we're moving into what they did to kind of move out of the outcome. You can go a lot deeper on the stories, and I would recommend that you did. Everyone has a story, and I know you do, but get these 3 posts pinned to your page. I'm going to show you how to do that, and yeah, happy days. We are rolling. So now we have the pin post. It's the crucial part. All we do is copy and paste it. Also, quick change. I'm going to go into our Google Doc now, and I'm going to show you how to pin them to your profile. They're absolutely key when it comes to building your brand, showing your market what you do, and also a bit of your backstory as well. So let's go and do that now. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and copy and paste the first one. These are what called feed posts. So it's just plain text, If we were going to do a carousel or a reel, then you could either do a shorter text or you can add multiple slides on Canva. Instagram also allows you to do the option as well by selecting multiple images, which is a good thing. So we're going to open up our Instagram account, going to click our face, go to add in the top left hand corner, and all we do is going to select an image. All right, so I'm just going to select anything. Just for this time being, I'm just going to select a reel just as an example. Click next and go ahead and paste it. And then you can add trending audio here if you wanted to. It's sometimes a good idea because it can push out your content out to more people. But for this case, we'll just go and hit share. Go back onto our profile by clicking our image. Just refresh it just to make sure everything's all good. And once our post is live, happy days, we're going to pin it to the top of the board. So I'll show you how to do that. So it's just loading and it's just going to pin to the board now, which is awesome. And what we do to pin it is we click on the image, we click the three dots at the top right, scroll down to pin to main grid, and it will pin. And what will that do is whenever you upload any new pictures, profile, reels and stuff, the three posts that you've pinned to the top, which are your key ones, they won't move unless you unpin them. So that's how you pin your posts. And last but not least, all we need to do is add a story. Now, stories are a fantastic way to push your content out to new followers and also non-followers as well. And you're allowed to do loads of different things. I'll show you what this can look like. So to add a story, very simple, just go and hit the plus icon. You can do it either on your profile image or you can do it on the top left. Go ahead and click it. And then all you do is you can just add anything on your photos. So any videos, any photos you want to add, you can do that and you can pop it onto your story. Or if you want to manually do it, click on story and you can add some text. You can say, hey, what's up? For instance, I wouldn't say that, maybe something more towards your niche, like I'm looking to help people lose, let's say, their Christmas belly in 80 days. Are you one of them? Click a poll. So this is just one feature. So you go ahead and click the smiley face in the top right. And then you get to choose like poll, things like Giphies, questions, adding more photos, adding some music if you wanted to, an avatar, loads of different things. But for something like this, you would probably add a poll just like that. And you'd pop interested. And then happy days. You'd have a poll that people can interact with, and then you can start getting engagement. And then all you hit is the arrow at the bottom right. Boom, share, done, add to story, done. And that is everything to remember when it comes to stories. It takes a little time, so when you do upload your very first post and you've just created your account, you may see 0 viewers, but don't be deterred by that. Just keep posting content. Instagram favors people who are consistent and show up, and then they'll push out more of the content when it learns what kind of content that you have and what market you're trying to serve. So stay consistent with it. You should now know how to set up your Instagram account, choose an awesome profile picture for your account, create a bio. You'd also be able to come up with your pinned post ideas. So if you remember, story, offer, and client wins, or your own story and then transition into your offer, and also how to add a story onto your feed. This is obviously step 1 stuff, and you can go even further for Instagram, and I intend to make more Instagram videos as well to show you what else you can do, because there is loads of things. This video, go ahead and hit subscribe, like, and comment below if you have any questions. I'll happily answer them, and I'll see you on the next video.